Hello and welcome to Keepsales. Now in this video we are going to learn how to add new expenses. Now there's a video we have about how to turn on and off your expenses management, and in that video also I go into detail to talk on what expense management is all about on Keepsales, and then it is titled how to turn on and off your expenses management, so you should really go check that out. Okay, so we are going to add new expenses to our expense records, and to do that we have to click on main menu, and then under main menu we'll see expenses management here. Now in the previous video I mentioned that expenses management, if you are logging in for the first time, doesn't automatically appear under the main menu options. It's actually not existent under the main menu options, and then to be able to use expenses management you have to so you have to go check that video out. You have to be able to turn on your expense management feature, and when you do that it appears under the main menu options. Okay, so by default it doesn't exist as part of the main menu options unless you turn it on. Okay, so that's just by the way. You can go check that video out on how to turn on and off your expenses management. Okay, so let's click on expenses history. Okay, so this is the expense history page. We are going to go a little bit more in depth into what this is all about, but we are going to add new expenses, and then the new expense button is just to the right, the top right, okay, which is right under the main menu button. So let's just click on new expense. Okay, so this appears, and then over here you have to enter the date and time of the expense. So let's just click on that, and then over here we can select any date that we want. Okay, so we can, let's say we want to choose today's date, which is the 19th. Okay, and then the time, let's say 4 p.m. Okay, so over here you realize that the calendar drops, and then you can always select any date that you want to, and then you click on done. And then when you are done you come to purpose. It says please choose the purpose. Okay, so what is the expense for? So there are options that are available here. You can either select rent, okay, or location improvements, or for utility, that you want to pay your electricity bills, water bills, internet expenses. Those will fall under utility. And then there's transportation, there's salaries and wages, there's IT and technology, marketing, administrative expenses, and then there's miscellaneous, which is for any other expense. Okay, so let's just say our expense was for the payment of rent. Okay, so then the expense amount, let's say we spent 1,000 cedis on rent. Okay, so here under the note you can decide to input anything. Okay, so then there's one default here, which is I paid this via mobile money to this number, or whatever note that you think is worth documenting to reflect the expense that was made, and then maybe to help you remember, like to remind you of something pertaining to that particular expenses. You can also put that there. Okay, so let's just say that this was paid to the landowner via a bank account. Okay, so blah 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 blah. You can just enter in anything. Okay, so when you are done you just click on record expenses. Okay, so over here you can either choose to add another expenses. So when you click on this it takes you back, okay, to the add new expense box. Okay, or that's if you want to enter in another expense. Okay, so let's just do that. Okay, so it still brings us back here. Okay, so let's just say still on the 19th. Okay, still on the 19th of October. Let's see at this time. Let's click on done, and then the purpose, which is let's say for salaries, the expense amount was, let's say, 5,000. Okay, so maybe you can say that these salaries were for the salesperson, the manager. Okay, so the salesperson, let's say the salesperson got 1,000. Let's say the manager got 2,000. Okay, and then let's just say who else is left? Let's say the administrator also got 2,000. Okay, so that's for the notes. You can type in anything that you want, and then you click on record expenses. Okay, so it says it's been done. Okay, so like I illustrated, when you click on add another, it takes you to the add new expense page. But when we are done and we don't want to, you know, record anymore, we can just click on done recording, and then you notice that it appears in the history, our expense history. The two I just made, one was an expense which was for the purpose of rent, and the amount was 1,000 Ghana cedis, as we can see here. The date and time is also shown, and then the last updated is also noted over here. With the same thing with the second one I just did. The purpose was for salaries and wages, and then the expense notes, I broke it down to what the exact expenses were about and all. Okay, so in our next video we are going to look at how to manage and modify your expense. So we are going to learn about all these other things that are available in the expense history page. Even when you go to options, what to do over here, we are going to look at all that. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this video. Just a little recap, we looked at how to add new expenses to our keep sales, and I hope you enjoyed it. Go check out all our other videos. They will help you gain more understanding on how to use keep sales better. Do have a wonderful time, and bye bye.